Okay, so we're trying to find the area and the parameter for the shapes being given. We always start with the part of the shape that has the most information being given, and that would be that particular triangle. So we will start with triangle EFD. We know the side length of EF, we know the side length of D, and we know the angle of F, so we can use the cosine rule to calculate the side of ED. So side ED, and because the cosine rule, we square everything in the square root, so I'm just going to use the square root straight away. So we'll have 9.75 square plus 7.12 square minus 2 times 9.75 times 7.12 times cosine the angle 85.91 degrees, and the answer is, so by putting all of that in the calculator, the answer is giving me it's 11.66. It's length, so we'll just round it to 2 decimal places. Now after we know that one here, it's 11.66, the next bit is finding those two angles. As it's important to find those two angles, then we can minus them from the 107.07, and that will give me this angle here, and then I would minus this one here from 77.25, and I will get that one angle in here. Okay, so I will use the cosine or the sine rule, it's up to you. We'll make changes as we want to show more skills and more rule to be able to pass the standard. So we're going to use the sine rule now. So we're going to use sine 85.91 over 11.66 equal sine E over 7.12, and then put it in the calculator. That will give me sine E equal 7.12 times sine 85.91 all over 11.66, and all of that, obviously you need to make sure calculator is on the degree mode. So I'll put a bracket 7.12 times sine 85.91 close bracket divide by 11.66, and the answer is 0. So sine E equals 0.609. So E equal sine inverse, don't round, try to use the answer straight away, sine in 37.5. Okay, so the angle is, and it's because all of the angles that's been given 2 decimal places, so we're going to leave that 2 decimal places as well. So that angle in here is 37.52, and that will leave with this one here, and then you can use the all angles that triangle adds up to 180. So I will do 180 minus that minus 85.91, and that give me, so I'm using the calculator, 87.52 minus 85.91, and that give me 56.57 degrees. There's the angle EDF. Okay, now we finish with the triangle, so now you can calculate the area of triangle straight away. So the area of triangle EFD equal half times, try to use the size that's already been given to you, not the one that you've calculated, sine 85.91, and then 0.5 times 7.12 times 9.75 times sine 85.91, and that's give me 34.62 units square. Okay, now we will start. We've got a four-sided shapes in here, so to solve it we will have to divide it into two triangles. So we'll use that division in here. We've got, this is the center of a circle, so that's the arc, so that's the radius. That would be this side as well. 5.72 is due to the radius degree. So you've got this one, this angle here I can calculate now. So I'm gonna work on the triangle EDC now. So now the angle EDC equal 77.25 minus 56.57. So 77.25 minus 56.57, and that's give me 20.68. So this angle here is 20.68. And now I've got two sides, I've got one angle, then it's easy to find the side length, this one here, and it's also easy to find the other angle over here. Okay, so I will find the side length here first. Okay, so the next bit here that I will try to find this angle here. So I'm gonna find angle DEC, and that's using the cosine rule, as I've got two sides and an angle in here. Sorry, I use the cosine. Sorry, I can't use this angle. I can't find this angle here. I don't have enough information, so I must find the length of EC first, and that's using the cosine rule. So I've got the length of EC using 11.66 square plus 5.72 square minus 2 times 11.66 times 5.72 times cosine 20.68. And to put that in the calculator all at once, I would do the square root, and I open bracket 11.66 square plus 5.72 square minus 2 times 11.66 times 5.72 times cosine 20.68, and close that bracket, and this gives me 6.62. So that side here is 6.62. Now I can find the angle of DEC, because I've got three sides and an angle is missing, so I can use the cosine rule for that. Or I can't, at the moment I can't, or you can use the sine rule, because you've got this side and the opposite angle and this opposite side for the angle that's been given. So I will use the sine rule. So I will have sine E over 5.72 equal sine 20.68 over 6.62. And the answer for that, E equals, so I'm just going to use the calculator straight away to solve it, and that 5.72 times sine 20.68 divide by 6.62, and then I would do sine inverse to the answer, and that will give me 17.77. So this little angle here is 17.77. Now once you found this one here, it's easy to find this one by doing 107.07 minus those two together. But I'm not going to do it now because I'm still working on this triangle here. Now I've calculated everything that I need for the triangle. Now I'll calculate the area of triangle EDC, and that's equal half times 11.66 times 5.72 times sine 20.68, because that's that side that I haven't used, so I'm going to use the angle that opposite to that. Then 4.5 times 11.66 times 5.72 times sine 20.68, and that's give me the answer of 11.78 unit square. You've noticed that I'm putting in triangles, so I remember that I need to add all of that after. Now, the next triangle that I'm going to work on is ECA. And I can find the ECA, so first one that I'm going to find is AEC, and that's by doing 107.07 minus 37.52 minus 17.77. So 107.07 minus 37.52 minus 17.77, and that's giving me 51.78. So the angles in here is 51.78 degrees. I've got this side length and I've got the other side length. Now, to be able to use the area of a triangle, I must find this side in here, and to be able to find this side length in here, I must know this angle in here. Alright, now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the cosine. So you've got 20.68, you've got 17.77, and you've got 51.78. Those are all the angles that I've know already so far. Okay, to be able to calculate this angle here, I will use the sine rule. So I've used those two, and and then I will use these two to calculate this angle in here. So I'll calculate this one here first, and then I will do 180 minus to get that one. The reason is because I don't know the side length that's opposite to that angle in here. So I will find the angle EAC, and that's using the sine rule. So I will have sine A over 6.62 equal sine 51.78 over 5.72. And I'm just going to find it straight away in the calculator. So 6.62 times sine 51.78, then I do divide by 5.72, and then I will do the sine inverse to the answer. Oops. Sorry. I've made a mistake in here while I'm typing. 72, so I've got that. Now I'll do sine inverse to the answer, and I've got 65.4. Now 55.4, so this one here is 65, I keep saying 55.4, and then I will do 180. I'll use another side. So I will do 180 minus 65.4 minus 51.78, and that gives me 180 minus 62.82. So this angle here is 62.82. Now I've got this angle, then I can use the cosine rule or the sine rule to calculate this length. So I'm going to use the sine rule, the cosine rule. I just find it a bit easier. So the square root of 6.62 square plus 5.72 square minus 2 times 6.62 times 5.72 times cosine 62.82. Again, putting everything in the calculator. 6.48. Just rounding properly. So this one is 6.48. Now I've got everything that I can calculate the area of the triangle EAC equal half times 6.62 times 5.72 times sine 62.82, and that's 16.84. Now the last bit I've got is the sector. Now for the area of the sector, I need this angle here, and I need the radius. So the radius is being given me. I only need this angle here, and to be able to find this angle, I need to know how much is this. So now we're going to work on the sector AD. Sorry, sector D, just labeled small letter D. So I need to find the angle ECD, and this is by area of triangle, because I've got the other two angles in that triangle being calculated. $141.55. So that one 141.55, and then I will do 360 minus 141.55 minus 62.82 equal 155.63. So I've got this angle 155.63. Now I can use area of sector, and then I can use length of arc. Now I need both of them because the question says find the area and the perimeter. Now before I can use the rule for area of sector, length of arc, I must change this angle here into radians, because all the rules for this area of sector, length of arc, that needs a radians as a degree. So I will take this one here, so I'm just going to do it in the corner here. So I've got 155.63 times pi divided by 180. Oh, sorry, 155.63 times pi divided by 180, and it's giving me 2.72 radians. Now the next step, before I can apply anything, I will change the mode in my calculator into radians. So I go shift setup, and I would change that into radians, and then press EXE to store it. Then I can use the area of a sector. So the area of the sector is r square times theta, and r square is 5.72 square times theta 2.72. So I would do 5.72 square times 2.72, and that's given me 88.9. So it's 89. Now the length of arc is r theta, and is r theta, so it's 5.72 times 2.72, and that is giving me 15.56. So once I've got the area of the sector, the areas of all the triangles, so I add them all together, and then for the total perimeter I would add all the sides. So total area equals 16.84 times, sorry, plus 89 plus 34.62 and 11.78. So 34.62 plus 11.78. And then I add all of them together. 16.84 plus 34.62 plus 89 plus 11.78, and that gives me 152.24. So even if you are one little bit off, I feel it's a bit off in here. I think I've done the area of a sector incorrect. I'm just gonna double the rule before we finish that video. And then the perimeter will be only the outside, so I will need 9.75, this length here, plus 7.12, this one here, plus the arc length, which is 15.56, plus 6.48, and then add everything together. And that gives me 38.91 unit, and this one is unit square as an area. Okay, thank you for listening.